We're ready. We are streaming live. Live. Brought to you live. Let me turn my damn screen so you can't see it. Where the fuck is on my damn... Where'd my napkin go? Did I took this one over here, I guess. Was there two over there, or did you...
I only had the one.
That. I'll use this one here. I don't know what that is. Let's fold that out itself, so we don't know what that is. Just do like this. Come in here, clean up all this shit, anyways. All right, boys and girls. Let's find that music. Goodness gracious. Joshy has the sneezies. I hate Windows. With a passion. Terrible. It's not even useful. Yeah, right. We might switch to YouTube. I don't know, but not right now. We have to figure that shit out. I don't know how you do that. You got some more, Josh?
I think I'm done.
Some more sneezing?
I think I'm done.
Keep moving this file. There it is.
Are we ready?
We should do it based off memory. You don't have any files for me?
Oh, sorry.
Or you, huh? Okay. I think this is our intro, right?
Oh, God.
Get back. Open with QuickTime. Okay. Audio-wise, I just turn that down, right? Just turn headphones down a little bit. Your headphones are okay. Turn this one down.
Yeah.
Now this cord being here, is that going to be a problem? Did I move it a little bit?
There we go. We'll just leave it there for... Just won't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch my cord. Don't touch my cord.
Don't touch it.
Whatever you do, don't touch my cord. All right. Boom. Why is that not? Okay. There we go. Right. Can I downsize this window, or has it got to be giant? It's like, is this only one size fits all? This GarageBand's only one size. You can't, like, shrink it a little bit?
You should be able to. Did you do the green button?
I did. I just... Oh, yeah, there we go. There's no arrow. It's just like a little tabby thing, apparently. So maybe I should shrink it like that. That's better. So I can at least get this over here. At least click on it. Click on it. All right, Josh, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Games on. Games on. I feel like I'm forgetting something. We're not. All right. You doing the intro? Or am I doing it?
I'll do it.
Yeah, right. Recording. That works.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Dad Bro Show. I am Josh. This is my brother, John.
What's going on?
And I'm screwing up already. We started the song, and I started playing with the levels.
Engineer told you not to touch
Yeah, I know.
anything.
I was told not to touch anything, and I'm already breaking that rule. And Engineero has been such a help, and I'm just not listening. I thought I heard something staticky, and I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I think it's coming from the computer there. Not thinking that the computer is what's playing the music. So when you hear that little dip in the music, that was me trying to be helpful.
Yeah, that was
trying to fix a problem. All right. Well, how you doing?
I've had better weeks, Josh.
Have you?
To be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. I've been battling this this like gut issue I've got going on. I've got some kind of crampy, bloaty.
Oh, that sounds
I mean,
pleasant.
this is supposed to be a guy talk show.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Now you're
I don't know
talking.
how much I must be talking about my cramps and bloating. But yeah, I've just been battling like this feeling of fullness all week, and like I have no appetite, and I don't know. It's just been very uncomfortable, and so I've been doing all kinds of research and getting myself all worried about what I possibly could have, and
You
how
found
that goes.
any possible solutions, or
no, they kind of bounce around between I don't know, intestinal cancer and
yeah, that's usually the first thing that comes up. When
intestinal cancer, and then I think a mild form of just irritable bowels or something, or
yeah. Someone in the chat says it might be your man period.
it could be.
Yeah.
It could be my man period. But I was thinking, I was like, all right, well maybe I've got a bug or a virus or some bacteria somewhere in my intestines there.
This going on for a week, you say?
Yeah, about a week. And so I started thinking like, I knew when it started. It started like last Sunday when we went to the food truck rodeo. I remember like, I don't remember if it was uncomfortable at the rodeo or the day after. So I've narrowed it down to it's either something I ate at the food truck rodeo, which I mean, I can't fathom eating
Right.
off food trucks. Why am I,
Yeah.
why I could, but the only other thing I was going back to Hug and Brew. Where we had the barbecued pig and everything and all the other fixings.
Yeah, but you would figure somebody else would have problems too.
Yes, but then I said, okay, well, what did I eat that really nobody else ate? And one thing came to mind, which was towards the end of Hog and Brew, as things were winding down, and we've all had plenty of brew and quite a bit of hog. We were taking the pig apart and chopping it up and all this. And the pig that we got actually came with its head and hooves and everything attached still. So with the head is all kinds of little goodies that are fun to try to dare people to eat.
Right.
We started off with the tongue and whatever else. But one of the things I grabbed out of there was an eyeball.
Oh.
And I did take a bite of an eyeball.
Did you really?
I did. So I'm kind of wondering, and so it had me Googling, eating a pig's eyeball. Can that make you sick?
Well, I'm sure it could. I just don't know if it would last a whole week.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, if it lasts a whole week or the thing was cooked up pretty good.
I mean, it's making me sick just hearing about it. Yeah.
It was interesting. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's been on the. It was on
Well,
the cooker
it was
for
smoky
what?
flavored.
Yeah,
so it was
15
delicious
hours or something.
flavored wise, but it was very fatty.
Yeah.
Like
Ugh.
one of the guys that was with us, D Torres, who's usually in the chat over here. I think he took a bite of it too. I took a bite and I was like, yeah, it's not too bad. I said, to be honest, it's like chewing a piece of fat, like just a gooey, piece of pork fat.
Yeah,
which is already gross by itself.
Well,
but then
I guess
when you think of what it is,
yeah, I guess when it's cooked for that long,
Yeah.
a lot of the juicy, like what you would think. What am I thinking? You remember that candy? Remember that candy that was like
the gushers?
Yeah, the gushers. Yeah, whatever makes the eyeball a gusher is probably cooked out of it by
they
then.
were they didn't have any liquid in them. They were like already popped, I guess you could say.
Uh-huh.
They like, I don't know, the cooking process, so they dehydrated it or pop. So there was no liquid oozing out as you bite into it.
Did you like have a lens stuck on your tongue that you had to pull off?
No, it bit, like I said, it was very just like a piece of fat. It
Wow.
just bit right clean in half.
You're doing the use every part of the animal kind of thing then, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I know last time we did a hog with a pig, we kind of got it, or a hog with a pig. Last time we did a hog and with the head, we got into doing something similar, and we actually had a little bit of the brains out of it. I think that hog was split differently, though.
Uh-huh.
This one, it was still pretty well closed up. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe if that's what it is. I'm hoping it is, and then maybe
Then
another
what?
day or
If
so.
if it's with you that long, though, that's not a good sign.
Well, I would think a virus would linger for
yeah,
a few days,
or some
several
kind of,
days.
maybe a bacteria. But
Yeah.
a virus would have been cooked out of it, and a bacteria would have been too.
Bacteria, yeah, but virus, I I guess, yeah.
I mean, because it's
That's
still
what I
a
thought.
living organism.
Yeah, most everything I would think would be cooked out of it. And if not, I mean, the alcohol kills germs. At least that's what I was taught in college.
Yeah.
And if that's not true,
The
then
amount-
what
yeah.
is, Josh? What is true?
Yeah, it's like when our uncle used to bring out when we do oysters, he'd bring out some vodka to
Yeah.
do. It kills bacteria.
Yeah,
So I don't think it works when I don't think it kills the bacteria that you're eating. You
Yeah.
know, I think it was just an excuse to bring out some shots.
Go ahead and layer your belly with a couple shots of hard liquor, and that'll
Yeah.
help kill any bacteria that gets in there.
There you go. Yeah,
Isn't that what stomach
I don't
acid
know
is
if that
for?
was, I don't know if it was very successful in that either.
I don't know.
So,
Well, speaking of drinking, Josh,
oh
sorry about that.
no, don't
I
apologize.
always forget about this. But today's drink of the show, folks. Every show, Josh and I like to sit back and have a sip of something just to help us unwind and enjoy being dads.
Or dad's off duty.
Dads off duty,
That's
DODs.
what- yeah, DOD.
Yeah, I like that. So today's drink of the show, the DOS.
Ooh,
What?
I'm doing all kinds of acronyms here.
Yeah. Today's drink of the show is a Jameson Irish whiskey. I believe this is just the regular old Jameson, Josh.
Yeah, it's a good one though.
It is good. I liked it. I think this is my first bottle I got of Jameson, which is pretty sad. But it's just one of those ones I've never partaken in. I probably have drank it before, but not knowingly.
Right.
And I started with the basic bottle because I do have intentions of going upwards
Yeah.
in their
And you wanna
selections.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you
I
wanna
want
know
I want a
where you're-
baseline. So that's why I got this bottle. Was basically to get a baseline. And so far, I do really like it. It's a nice, smooth, kind of just a real smooth whiskey.
Yeah,
easy to drink.
I tried to get into the Scotch thing for a little while, and once I tried, was it Ron Swanson's favorite one, which is
Lagavulin.
yeah. I bought a bottle of that,
Yeah.
and I hated it from the first sip. I don't like that heavy, smoky, peaty flavor of a Scotch. And I had heard that Jameson was really a good alternative, so I bought that and loved it.
Yeah.
I liked it a little bit too much, so it was kind of hard to. It's one of those where you go, "That's really good. It goes down smooth," and
Yeah.
I'm not ready to go to bed just yet. I think I might have a little bit more, and then stumble upstairs and go to bed and wake up the next day regretting.
Have that old argument, Josh, with the PM dad versus AM dad.
Right.
That's an argument that I think all dads have.
Yeah.
Why is PM dad such an idiot?
Yeah, PM Dad. Well, you know what, though? AM Dad is quite the thinker on his feet, though.
Yeah.
Because normally AM Dad has to get up a half hour before the kids to make
Yeah.
sure that he has his coffee and lets the dogs out and does all this stuff before he gets the kids up.
Yeah.
But when AM Dad has been punished by PM Dad, he wakes up and goes, you know what? If I just cut these couple of activities out in the morning, I can get an extra 20 minutes of sleep.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. AM dad starts negotiating with himself.
Yeah. And
Or is that
typically-
PM dad still hanging around?
It might be PM Dad trying to make up for what he did the night before. I don't know. Yeah, I've had that's been an awful.
I hate PM dad.
Yeah.
Unless
Well, PM Dad, especially when he gets into YouTube,
Yeah.
that's the worst.
Yeah, we get to the YouTube or some silly movie on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, Netflix.
Video
yeah.
games.
Finishes a movie on Netflix
Yeah.
and goes, you know what? I could stay up for another 10 minutes. What else is on Netflix? Another movie. That's
Yeah.
a good idea. Let's start another movie. How about a movie we really like? Let's watch American Psycho again. You want to do that, don't you? Don't you, PM Dad? Sure thing.
Yeah, watch some comedy special, some comedian you would never ever listen to anyways.
Yeah, and then
it's on here. I pay for it.
yeah, and then you lay down, and that's the night the kid's gonna need have a problem at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, they get up and come to your room and choose to use your bathroom because the one in their
what?
room's not good.
Why? What's going on?
I don't know.
You
Just
had a
get
bad
in.
dream?
Just get
Awesome,
in.
awesome, perfect.
Yeah, just get in.
Yeah, if I roll on top of you, it's okay.
We're riding the sleepy train right now. Just get on board.
Oh man. Speaking of YouTube videos, we have YouTube videos now.
Yeah, we're working on. As with everything, the Dad Bro Show is working on becoming a brand. We're
Yeah.
trying to get all of our social media stuff in line.
We're learning things.
Yeah, that's the slow part is we have to learn as we go.
Mhm.
Because unfortunately, we're not teen girls who just understand this stuff. Like, I don't know how they understand
I
it.
did see an article today saying that the kids these days, even though they're connected,
Yeah.
don't understand it. They don't know technology like we think they do.
Well, I'm hoping like maybe another year, 2 years, our oldest two kids will be able to be like our producers.
Yeah, that would
And
be.
we'll have one be like the technology department, and the other one the producer. So we just talk, and then
Yeah.
they know how to do all the stuff.
That would be pretty cool.
And hope that's kind of what I was hoping for, Josh. But in the meantime, we're having to learn how to do stuff. So we're firing up a YouTube channel. As of right now, what we're doing is putting a few clips that we find interesting off of our, one of these recordings, like the Apple Watch we did.
Our live Twitch stream that we're doing right now.
Yep, live on twitch.tv/Dad Show.
And if you want to be a part of the show, you can go to twitch.tv/Dad Show and be a part of the chat and give us some feedback, and we'll probably talk about it as we go through the show.
So YouTube will consist of little clips that maybe people can stumble across to hopefully get them onto the show, and also we decided to put up full episodes.
Yeah.
Some people like to watch them, but in the long term, the goal is to be able to do some cool videos of either some reviews.
I got some short skit ideas we can do.
Yeah, some fun skit type of things, and maybe just us messing around, with whatever. So if you haven't checked it out, not that there's a lot to look at the moment, but keep an eye on our YouTube channel. And that'll be, is that /Dad Bros?
Yeah, /Dad Bros.
So /Dad Bros Show. And you should be able to find it there.
Also, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you're following us on Instagram, we saw a new addition to your family.
Yeah. I got today I pulled the trigger finally on a new grill. I got a Kamado Joe.
Kamado?
Kamado.
Not Komodo.
No, Kamado. Kamodo's a dragon.
Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
What is, okay.
K-A-M.
Kamado?
Kamado. Yeah, K-A-M-A-D-O.
Yeah, it'd be Kamado.
Yeah, so it's Kamado Joe. Well, Kamado is the type of cooker. It's like, Kamado Joe is the name, but that Kamado name is that style of egg-shaped cooker.
Oh.
Which, right now is, now and mostly like a few years ago has been all the rage.
Yeah. Like the big green egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the thing is like the Kamado style cooking has been around since like, I think like ancient China. So like it's just something that's been around and they've reinvented it.
What makes it Kamado? What's Kamado cooking?
It's the shape of it, I think, and mainly like that it has like a fire bowl and the airflow, and that you're cooking like you're not just cooking over a hot bed of coals. You're cooking with like the air circulation and the ceramic of the is holding heat.
Is it like a convection oven type deal where like there's no mechanical parts in there, but like how convection oven the airflow is what helps cook?
I think a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Like yeah. So the Kamado Joe is basically looks the same, similar to the big green egg, which is what most people know.
That thing's expensive.
Yes.
Even the little one.
Yes. The little tailgate one is like where I think you can cook a burger and a half on it.
Yeah.
And I think
that's
that thing is like $500.
That's what always got me with the big green egg is they're so big. Mm-hmm. But the actual
so green.
Yeah, and they're so green, yeah. But the cook surface to how big the whole thing is not that much.
Yeah.
So even if you got the big one, you're still cooking maybe six steaks on it.
The bigger, greener egg?
Yeah, the bigger, greener egg.
Yeah, well, I guess so. The reason I went with this one over the big green egg, other than the fact the price, was like when you buy a big green egg, the price that you see just includes the egg.
What?
I think you get the grills and stuff inside, but it doesn't come with a stand. It doesn't come with the tables on the side.
Wait a minute. If it doesn't come with a stand, how are you supposed to use it?
You
just
have
lays on its side on the lawn, and you try to cook sideways.
One option is you can just set it on the ground. I guess the way it is.
Have your buddy hold it while you.
They sell what they call a nest,
or lean it up against your house.
Yeah, well, you could lean it up against. Can you lean an egg?
I don't know.
Some people have custom tables built where you like set it in.
Yeah, but that's still expensive.
No, that's expensive. Yeah,
you figure you would at least
build your own.
Yeah, you figure you at least get a basic stand.
Yeah, that's called the nest, and it's extra. So
That's insane.
And then if you want the table things that go on the side, that's extra. If you want, there's like a lot of stuff is extra in it. So the Kamado Joe, when you buy it, it's actually cheaper than the standalone egg of the same size. But it also comes with the stand. It comes with the tables on the side. It comes with
and it's basically the same thing.
It's the exact same design. Not only is it the same design, but apparently the guy who started Kamado Joe originally he worked for Big Green Egg. Like he broke off and went to
So he's kind of like the Papa John's guy. How he started at Domino's and moved over and did his own thing.
Yeah, so it's like just as good a quality. That's probably debatable depending on who spent so much money on their Big Green Egg.
Well, no, if you spend that much money on it, you're going to want to defend your purchase. You're not going to want to go, well, it's the same. It's
but I did thorough amounts of research on this. Talked to YouTubers. I'll give a shout out to one guy, Smoky Ribs.
You actually talk to YouTubers?
Yeah, this guy, he does some really cool. I think he's in Louisiana, and he does a lot of like Cajun Creole and then just cool smoking videos. And he had a Kamado Joe that he was doing a lot of cooking with. And I just asked him, I said, hey, I'm narrowing it down between these two cookers or whatever. And, do you have any opinions or what, and he went, we went back and forth a little bit. But he's a cool guy to follow there and see some good recipes. But
what's his name again?
Smoky Ribs.
Smoky Ribs.
Yeah.
Okay. So on
YouTube,
does he have a lot of recipes and stuff too?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, he's got like 15,000 followers or subscribers, and I mean, like he does pretty good.
Good. Yeah.
Which I don't understand. Like he's an older guy, and I'm like, how do these older guys figure out YouTube better than we do?
I don't know. There's some old guy that plays chess he doesn't play chess in his backyard. He plays these chess games, I guess, on his phone, and then lays out the game in his backyard, and not only and he's basically going move through move, and what he's thinking through each move. And I don't follow chess. I don't know anything about chess.
Yeah.
But the way he's explaining it is so exciting. I'm like, oh, then what did you do? Oh, he did that? What was your next move?
This sounds like a PM Dad
and
video
he's an
you're
old
watching.
guy. No, well, I was actually watching it because the name of it, the name of the video was really good. I forget what it was, but
Hot College Girls.
No, but it was. I looked at it as how you could apply it to jiu-jitsu for me. But
okay.
Any kind of sport situation. The video itself was about. And I don't know why I feel the need to explain this. Well, it was strategery, but it was more like he was playing a game, and then his opponent, he thought he was whipping his opponent, and then his opponent made a couple moves that sort of turned everything around, and had him on defense, and he played defense for a while and was starting to not understand what was going on, and then all of a sudden he realized that okay, now I'm playing his game. And I'm defending everything he does. I need to turn the tables and go offense and make him react to me, not the other way around. Yeah. And so I thought the overall lesson was very applicable to various areas of life, and whether it's sport or maybe a business dealing or something. So that's what I watched it for. And I had no idea that chess could be so valuable because I always disagreed with. They called jiu-jitsu human chess.
Human chess? Okay.
Which I disagree with because in chess, I move, you move, I move, you move. Mm-hmm. Whereas in jiu-jitsu or fighting or anything like that, we move at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with the human chess idea, but I think some of the strategies can apply. And if they apply there, they apply to every other sport or even certain aspects of life. Yeah. But back to your grill. What's the first thing you're going to make on it?
Well, what is interesting is that I got this grill. It's kind of close to Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So, how I managed to pull off getting a new grill for Mother's Day, I don't know. But you dads should take notes on that. I guess I should give notes if you're going to take notes, right?
I'm going to write some notes.
So, my wife loves brisket. So, for Mother's Day, I'm going to cook a brisket, I think.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to be the first cook, though. And Josh, when you talk about a Kamado grill like this, everything you do on it is called a cook.
It's called a cook.
Yeah, for the next cook that I'm going to do.
Oh.
So for my first...
It makes it sound important.
It does. So for my first cook, I'm thinking maybe I might just do some chicken or something, get the grill warmed up.
Yeah, get used to the cook.
Not take it too hot. Yeah. And just kind of do that. And then for my second cook will be Mother's Day. I'll do a brisket, and it's going to be a nice, long, slow, hopefully a little smoke involved.
That sounds good.
And then from there, I actually got a rib rack with this thing, too. So, like, you can sort of stand ribs up, and I think I can get maybe 6 or 8 rib racks on there.
Oh. So how does that work? They're vertical. They're like hanging.
They're like sideways but vertical, like on end.
So
is you
what
say.
keeps them from the bones from just falling into the like if you let it get to the falling off the bone level?
I guess the grill grates aren't big enough for the bones to fall out.
So it's a big pile of mush. That's all.
It's the bone tray underneath that holds the bones.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the brisket's gonna be the first thing, and I made a joke. I was on the Instagram at Dad Bro Show. I said I have a new addition to my family, and so because his name's Joe, right? So I'm calling him Joe. I said, how mad do you think the wife's gonna get if I just make her refer to it as Joe?
Well,
like we talk about it like it's a person.
Will she refer to it at all?
I don't know. I'm gonna say I'll be like, hey, I think Joe's gonna cook some dinner tonight for us.
I think it'd be more annoying if you referred to it as Joe the entire time.
That's what I kind of mean. But
yeah,
then
I mean, like
if she ever says anything like, oh yeah, you grilled some good stuff. Oh, you mean Joe grilled good stuff? Yeah.
Well, you should talk to it though too.
Yeah,
like compliment. My compliments to Joe. Joe, you did a good job there, buddy.
Man, Joe's out there in the weather today. I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
Bring him inside. It's okay, Joe.
Yeah. So
we'll go outside and have some drinks with Joe.
So there's your notes, guys. You need a new grill to cook an extra special Mother's Day.
Well, it is
dinner for your
grilling season's coming up. Memorial Day weekend is a little ways away, and all throughout summer, and then really there's no reason not to grill, even if it's snowing outside. You can still it's still hot right by the grill, so you can hang out there and cook your food.
And I feel like this is like the adult. I don't know what you would call it, Josh. Like where you go from like I've had grills, or I've had them, and you sort of cook on them for a while, then you kind of just throw them away or whatever. We bought grills for tailgate seasons, and they just seem to disappear. This is like an adult grill. I don't know what you would call it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I am intimidated by this thing.
Yeah,
there's something about the ceramic makeup and the nature of it where it's not propane.
Yeah.
So it's basically you're in charge of fire.
Yeah.
And it's
and
different.
Air.
Yeah, it's different than the
like a Weber charcoal griller.
Yeah, it's different than that. It feels more sophisticated.
Yes.
So I'm almost I'm somewhat intimidated by it.
Yeah.
I might have to hang out with Joe for a little while and watch you and Joe interact before I decide what if it's something I might be interested in.
Joe might teach you a thing or two.
He might. Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
But,
one of the cool things about Joe though is that once you get a fire going and you get his temperature set, which is basically you just control his air, and then you say you set it 200 degrees and it holds there for 5 or 10 minutes, and then that means you're set. It's going to stay there for like the next 5-6 hours.
Really?
Yeah. So basically, you can just set him up, and once he's going, you set him up and he knocks him down. I mean, Joe is trustworthy.
Well, I might. I'll see how it goes with your Joe.
Yeah.
And then maybe I might get my own, because I've been kind of in the market for a new grill.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten a chance to use the one that you made for me, which was really cool because we built a fire pit in my backyard.
Yeah.
And you made for me a sort of grill kind of thing. It's like a hanging grill.
Yeah, like a hanging
it's like
campfire
a grill
grill.
Yeah, it's like a grill grate on a pole that sort of swings around, and you sort of lower it onto the fire that you make and cook your food. And I really like that. But since my youngest is he was 1 during the time I usually do the fire pit stuff, and now 2. I kind of hadn't had a chance to go out there. I haven't built a fire all year.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little while, so I haven't gotten a chance to use that. So, but that was my grill of choice for a while, and I really like it. But it's a lot of fun, by the way. If you have one of those, if you can get one of those or make one, they're not that difficult to make, are they?
No, that's pretty simple. It's just like a Weber grill grate or something, and then a way to suspend it over a fire.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of all how fancy you want to get with it. You won't be able to raise or lower it or rotate it off the fire to load it up with stuff.
So that was I'd recommend trying that too if you have a
maybe if it
fire.
comes out in the near future, maybe we can get a picture of that on Instagram for you so you can at least see what it looks like. But the cool thing about Joe, not that I want to keep harping on him, but he's like my new favorite kid, is he'll go up to 700 degrees.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so cooking pizzas or steaks, if you want to do...
just a good sear on a steak. That's...
Which the guy, or I was talking to the guy at the store, and he was saying what he got one recently, and he cooked some steaks. What he did is he got it up to about 350, cooked his steaks sort of off the fire to get them to like close to medium rare, and then he took them off, wrapped them in foil, closed Joe up, opened up his vents, and let the heat basically shoot up to close to 700, and then he took the steaks back out and dropped the grates down low on the fire, and then put the steak on and basically just seared it for just not even a minute, I don't think, on each side.
I'd almost go in the opposite direction. Sear it first and then take it off, let it cool.
Well, now that was traditional thought, right? And then are they saying that like now cooking a steak the other way, or like there's some restaurant or somebody that does like a reverse way?
I think it depends on what you're after.
Yeah,
because I've seen, and a lot of my cooking tips come from Good Eats.
Alton Brown.
Yeah, because he's kind of got that scientific approach that
makes
cooking. Yeah, it makes it he's got all these formulas, and I think he did a thing where he seared it on the outside first, let it cool, and then cooked it in the oven. But there's another cooking style called sous vide, where you immerse, like have you heard of it?
No, never heard of it.
It's like you have this bath of water that stays a certain temperature. Like if you want a medium rare steak, you set this bath at a medium rare temperature.
Yeah.
And then you vacuum seal your steak with whatever seasoning you want, and you immerse it in that bath, and you let it sit. And I think for a steak, you want it to sit for quite a long time.
Yeah,
so
I would
it
imagine.
reaches medium rare temperature, and it just sits there, and it doesn't go any higher. So then when you want to cook it, you just pull it out, throw it on the grill to sear the outside, and then there's your perfect medium rare steak. That should be. And
do you have to like pull it out and bathe it or rub it down or?
No, because it's all been seasoned and cooked in the seasoning, and it should be tender because it's been sitting in there.
It's been in lukewarm water until it's lukewarm, ready to eat.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Well, no, but I mean, if the internal temperature of medium rare is 130 degrees, I'm going offhand. Is it 130 or 135? 140? I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
But if it's then you hit your temperature, and that's that.
Yeah.
So.
And then another thing that Joe is supposed to do is that it's supposed to keep things more moist. I guess because of the ceramic and everything, it doesn't and you don't. I guess the airflow, like it doesn't dry stuff out.
Oh.
So I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna. I think there's gonna be some. That's probably going to be a couple of videos on YouTube. Is maybe just some quick little what we're cooking type of things. Definitely on Instagram, you'll be seeing some pictures
for sure
of that. And I'm kind of serious about the last show. Some of those deep fried treats we were talking about.
Yeah, I'm
almost
was thinking about that too.
We need to figure out how to do some mobile recording, and then maybe do some little clips of whether we do video or audio. Maybe do like some mobile recording where we can.
Well, we can use our backup buddy here, the Zoom, to do audio.
Yeah,
but we could also just use the iPhone 6 has a fantastic camera.
Yeah,
that
and maybe we'll just like video or audio record that we could drop into a show. A few minutes of us cooking some things and trying them out and seeing what comes out.
Yeah,
anything good.
That would be kind of weird though. We'll play that and comment on us.
Well, we wouldn't do that. I would just cut it into the show.
Oh, would you?
Like, yeah.
All right, already making
like a segment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a cooking
segment.
Well,
it's not easier. We had to do a whole freaking deep fry segment
true.
somewhere.
Oh, poor us.
I was just saying.
Poor us. We have to deep fry some foods and eat them and try them.
Yeah, the best part, though, we get to tell the wives that it's for our show. So it's for the business. Can't help.
I got to start working on that more.
Yeah.
I got to start doing more of that. It's for the show. I think as our numbers grow, we're 2 weeks in. And it doesn't feel like 2 weeks. It feels like longer
than
more
2 weeks, right? We're 10 shows.
Well, 10 shows. This is our third week.
Over the 2, carry the 1, decimal.
Yeah, this is week 3 that we're in. It feels a lot longer. But our downloads are I'm pretty satisfied with them so far.
Yeah.
So if we keep this growth up, I'm going to be able to start using the it's for the show.
It's all up to you guys out there in radio world.
It's for the show because as the show grows and gains more clout, I can use that to pull more shenanigans.
Yeah, I already told the wife that I have fans to tend to.
Yeah,
I go on my Instagram and.
Well, it's weird in the gym when we're taking Instagram photos in the gym and like one of the trainers like, "What are you guys doing?" oh, we're taking photos for Instagram. It's marketing for our show that we're. I know it seems really. And not too long ago, we were actually ragging on a guy who had someone come in and taking pictures of him.
We had like a real deal photographer
he
come
did.
in with like a giant camera.
Yeah, and he
then he would come in and not even do an exercise. He would just like
he'd do a half a pull up.
Yeah,
and
he would
take pictures of that, and then
he would do the middle part of an exercise.
That's true. That's true.
And then walk away.
That's true. We're actually working out and just trying to documenting it.
But,
so
as much as I could go on about my Joe, we'll see some more stuff in the future, and then hopefully some fried treats. That'll be good, I think.
So you know what? I think we should address Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, Mother's Day is coming up, so I think we should probably. I think we should address it before we.
Yeah.
Close the show. We can do it. We could do it next break, or we could do it. We could do it now and then go to break afterward.
Well,
what do you feel like doing? I can go one of two ways.
What was this? Well, I was gonna say real quick. Sorry,
because our wives listen to the show, so it's a good chance for us to score some extra points by talking about them a little bit, and we could actually go the nice route and say something good about them. That way, it's not. Especially after last show where I kind of dug myself in a nice little hole there, I could use a bailout.
All right, well, yeah. What do you want to do about Mother's Day?
I don't know.
What are you gonna do, Josh?
I don't know what I'm gonna. I will not gonna talk about it because.
Oh, it's a surprise. You got surprises
it's
going on.
It's kind of a surprise, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, no, not really a surprise. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know.
No.
I'm gonna have my wife and her mother over, and we're gonna have a little Mother's Day late lunch kind of thing going,
like a tea and crumpets, like little cucumber sandwiches.
No, I'm thinking of making a like a chicken pot pie.
Okay,
and then maybe some kind of crazy dessert.
Chicken pot pie.
Yeah,
a crazy dessert.
Yeah, well, I had the idea that you know the waffle brownie, not waffle brownie, the brownie waffle. You get the waffle maker and you pour the brownie batter in there. Yeah. Well, I thought about that, but like getting ice cream from the local ice cream vendor who, he makes really good ice cream.
Yeah.
Get some ice cream from him, make some brownie waffles, and put a scoop of ice cream on that, and that's the dessert for the day.
Okay.
That way I get some credit for putting forth some effort and
Well, if you want crazy, I guess, and then you could call it flying brownie waffles, and you just throw it at them.
I don't think that'll go. That's not what I'm after. I'm after. I want to
crazy. It's a new experience.
I know. It seems to me. Does it sneak up on you again?
Yeah, it sneaks up on me every year. Every year. Well, here's the thing. No, it didn't sneak up on me. I knew it was coming, but I've done nothing for it yet.
Yep.
So it. How would you describe it if something sneaks up on you, but you see it coming?
It's like Christmas does,
where
you know it's coming, but you hit a certain point where it's like, oh, I've not. And you know what? Honestly, this has been a recurring theme throughout my entire life, whether it's a science fair project or a holiday I'm supposed to remember. I do the exact same thing. I know it's coming, and tomorrow I'll do it.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I'll do it. And then I'm too late, and I don't know what I'm going to do, and I got to come up with something good. See, my what I want to do is I want to come up with something good enough that I get credit for the effort, but not so good that I set the bar so high that next year I have to meet or top it.
Yeah, you learned that lesson.
Yeah. That's a hard lesson.
Yeah.
Because when you feel like you really got something, and here you go. That moment lasts, but only so long.
Yeah,
it's a very small moment, and then you go, oh no, I've really screwed myself over here for next time.
I actually had an opportunity to, I don't know, hold Mother's Day off, I guess, but and I didn't take it because I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do something for Mother's Day. I guess I'll do it. I don't know what I was talking about, but I said, yeah, for Sunday. And the wife goes, Mother's Day's Sunday? Yeah. It's Sunday. And then I came back with, it's Sunday. Instead of, oh, no. Oh, wait a minute.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday.
And then I just went, oh, we missed it.
But you never know, like, what if it's a test or not, too. It could be one of those.
Yeah.
Like, she's going to find out.
She'll know.
So, you have anything nice you'd like to say about your about your wife for Mother's Day?
I feel like we should have like
Not for everybody. I don't want to say it.
my
I don't
my
wanna say
mother.
it
You
in front of
said?
Oh,
Or whose
you
mother?
know what?
What did you say?
Do you want to
No.
go through the list of
I feel like what we should do is we need some like the technical difficulties sound
that
effect.
would be good. That would be
And be
good.
like, I'd really like to say to my wife for Mother's Day, beep, beep. Or sorry, the Dad Bro Show is experiencing technical difficulties.
And then we'll come back and go, wow, that was really sweet.
Yeah. Oh, God,
Oh, my
Josh,
God.
that was beautiful.
I can't, yeah. Well, I don't expect you to say anything like that again, but, I'm glad you said it once at least. I wanted to find the background music for that. Do you remember the Bud Light commercials? The Real American Hero.
Yeah.
I want to do something like that, but I couldn't find a good version of the background music.
Yeah, I don't even know who that was. Well, I mean, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, but I don't know how you would.
Without you,
Oh, you want to do one of those?
yeah.
No. Well, I guess you had time. Technically, it's not till Sunday. We have one more recording before Mother's Day's over.
Yeah, but it would go up after Mother's Day, so it wouldn't count.
I don't know. There's a lot of effort into that, Josh. I think that would
I know
still,
there
I think
is,
that would
but
still
it's,
count.
but
These
it's
brownie
after the
points are still
fact.
involved in there.
I'm not looking to get after the fact. I
Yeah.
want because that day is what's apparently important.
Yeah.
And how important I don't know. That's the other thing. It's a vague up in the air of importance. Like oh well, I don't want to. I just want something small. I want you to do something nice. I want you to. And it's like, but what does that mean? But I don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
So
Trying to be nice, Josh.
I know. I want to. The thing is, I want to do something nice.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that earlier today too, because one of the things I want to think is that as I'm going through my list of things to do, like painting the mailbox post, which I did, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, you had. After that whole rant you went on, you had to do it.
Yes, and I wanted to do it before she heard the episode. That way, it wasn't a problem.
Nice.
But as I'm doing it, I'm thinking, wow, my wife would make a great president because there'd be no unemployment. She's really good at creating jobs. I have no shortage of jobs around this place. She would be fantastic as president.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, man, I was going to go
a good
somewhere
one.
with that, but I don't remember now.
Yeah. You probably just thought of a bunch of jobs you still have to do.
Yeah, I did. I do. And the list gets bigger.
Yeah.
It's an endless supply of work.
Shovel ready.
Yeah, they're shovel-ready jobs. Things you had no idea.
Is that where the stimulus went, Josh?
And what I love about the jobs, and not to get to into I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing something out that I've noticed, is that some jobs are going to lead to other jobs in the future.
Of course.
For example, you got to do something that puts a hole in the wall,
Yeah.
like hang a picture or an invisible shelf or something.
Yeah.
Well, at some point, that's going to come down, and I've got to fix the hole in the wall.
Yep. That's called job security.
It is.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's more that would my wife would make a good president.
Sometimes you got to make those jobs seem a lot harder than they are.
Well, I do.
Well, I was gonna get the shelf up, but I got to get the levels. I got to get the guys.
Oh, I know
This is a big
I know where I was
process.
going with that. I know where I was going with it now. I get in trouble for my reaction to these requests
Yeah.
because she says, "Is there any way I can present this to you that you're not gonna get angry?" And I don't get angry, but I roll my eyes. I'm irritated. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And but part of it is I feel like I should get more credit for actually doing it because I don't want to do it so badly.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to do that, then it counts for both of us. But because I don't care if it happens or not, and matter of fact, it's almost physically painful for me
Yeah.
to go, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I should get a lot of credit, like thank you, like a big pat on the back
Yeah.
for doing it, because I don't want to, but I don't get credit. I don't get the credit for that.
Joe, just to take a quick poll, how many jobs do you give your wife to do?
Zero. And what's
Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't just my
yeah,
household.
I'm glad you said that. And here's what's problematic is because I get presented with, well, why don't you just tell me? Why don't you just give me something to do? Why don't you but I can't think of anything. I cannot.
You know what? I will give you something to do. You can shut. I don't know. Just go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I think I want to at some point plan
That's
stuff.
that's that argument, Josh. Of the. Well, just give me one example. Give me one time.
Yeah.
Well, the time when I don't know. I don't remember things like that.
I can't remember that. I
don't-
know it
I don't know.
happened. I know it's happened enough for me to make a note of it. But that's the thing.
I say I'm gonna remember it, and then a week later I forget because I don't dwell on stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
Yeah, I want to have a list of things to do, and I want to do them in a similar fashion sometimes. Like, do you ever get the last second throw it at you as she's leaving the door kind of thing?
Yeah,
I need you to do this, and then gone.
yeah.
I want something like
It's
that.
usually like I need you to paint the entire house,
Or put you in a scenario that you know is not a good idea. Like, all right, I got to leave. The kids are playing with finger paint. Good luck with that. Bye.
So when she asked you how is there any way for her to tell you this? Did you have any answers for that?
I said no. I said there's no way you can do it. I'm trying my best to react neutrally. It's just I don't react well to it, and please bear with me.
There was an opportunity there, I think.
To do what?
I don't know. I think there was an opportunity to get kind of interesting with that.
Oh, son of a gun! You're
could have
right.
said, you could have been like, well, you could write them in little notes and then just leave them scattered about the house.
Well,
Or,
in a way that happens because it's on the reminders on my phone because we share a reminders calendar.
Yeah.
But the problem is I never check them
Yeah.
because they don't go to reminders.
And she doesn't put alerts on there for you?
The only thing that has alerts is yard maintenance, which seems to get pushed to the side because I can't. The times that I'm available to do yard maintenance, she's not around to watch the kids.
Yeah.
So I can't go out and mow the lawn with my 2-year-old who's just going to wander outside and ruin that.
It's called a hayride. And you just got to put a little trailer on the back.
Well, it's kind of
Gonna
difficult.
go for a hayride
I
again.
don't have a single. I don't have like a steering wheel type deal. I have the zero turn thingy, so I need both hands. I can't sit there with them on my lap, so it's not as much fun. But
Yeah, right. Well,
I'm just saying. I want more credit for doing things that I don't want to do because I don't want to do them, but I do them anyway.
Well, I think it's your homework, Josh. You should figure a way that you can,
Yes.
a fun way.
You
so
know
maybe you still don't appreciate, or you're still upset about what you have to do, but at least the way it was delivered.
Maybe you know what? Maybe
Sort of,
maybe it's the payoff is not enough. Maybe we need to work out a deal where I get this done and this happens.
So you're saying you want to raise? You want to?
I want a raise.
You
I
want
want a pay
You
increase.
want to take a meeting with the
Yeah.
president at your house?
Yeah.
And
wanna say,
and negotiate new pay scales.
Yeah, the union wants to renegotiate its deal.
New pay scales, retirement plans.
Mm-hmm.
You need all that
Bonuses.
figured out.
I want to work out
Bonuses.
bonuses.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Profit sharing.
Don't we all, Josh? Don't we all?
I think that's the deal. But before we wrap this up, I do just want to go ahead and get it out there that Happy Mother's Day to the mothers. And without you guys, you ladies, we wouldn't have this show because we wouldn't be dads. And we'd probably be doing something fun.
And doing a show about that.
Yeah.
With lots of subscribers.
Yes. But I'm. It's. I put it this way, and people didn't really get it when I was doing it on stage. It's kind of like you go to your favorite vacation spot, and you love that place, and then they put up a fence around you and say you can never leave. So you're now a prisoner at one of your favorite vacation spots, and you can't go anywhere.
It's like a dream come true.
Yeah. I'm a prisoner of my own happiness.
There you go. Yeah, right. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
To Mom, to the wives, for all that you do and all that you are.
Yep.
You're amazing, guys. Yeah, right. Just wait for Josh to get back from the potty. The potty. Who wants the potty? Apparently we're just recording the whole time for this. Making some editing. More editing work for Josh. I said apparently we're just recording this whole time. Let me give it a quick save. We had to unplug. Yep, so read mic there. Yes, please. I would love for you to use that.
Do we have any more ice?
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Whoa,
just like-
whoa.
I hope this show gets big enough that we can just have a dedicated computer to.
I hope the show gets big enough we can just hire Al to do it.
Engineer input. We want the USB output. Does it matter? I don't think it does, but with it
No.
built in. Yes. Okay. Initializing drives.
Beard
Should
thing
be good.
first.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Why is our thing not? It's not registering. I don't understand.
The beard thing first, and stranger danger, and then standardized testing, and then call it a show. What's not registering?
Right here. So there's
The
no
levels aren't.
there's no audio.
Do you want to close it out and restart it?
Not, I guess, but I don't want to do that every time.
Hello.
Audio input.
Oh.
Audio input. Let's see if
Built-in audio output. Yes.
it's not registering anything.
Hello. Would it be registering it now?
Hello.
Oh, it's registering it there.
Hello,
You can
hello.
record.
Now it does.
Okay.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
God, I hate this stuff. Stupid GarageBand. All right, folks. Let's get back into it.
All right.
Oh, my return music. Look at me just dropping the ball. I got it. Get back. Hold
All
on.
right, Absent. We're going to get the show started again.
Sorry, make the guys wait. Night, beer man, Mark.
I hope you downloaded it on iTunes, too, so we get the credit for that.
Yeah.
And leave it a comment. And
Ooh, a review would be
a
amazing.
review. Yeah.
Completely amazing.
I'm sure you've left one already, but start a new account and
Leave like 10 more.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Super fan.
He
All
was
right.
a lunatic radio guy, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Rock on.
Good guy.
All right. I forgot about. All right, you do an intro.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Recording. Game on. Car.
Welcome back to the Dad Bro Show. And we're here for more.
Buckle up, folks.
Did we leave on a good note with the Mother's Day stuff? I felt like I kind of felt bittersweet about it. Like I wasn't as nice as I wanted to be about it. I kind of complained a little bit more than I wanted to because I wanted to say something nice.
I think it was nice enough.
It was nice
for
enough
now,
because
yeah.
I wanted to say something nice because it's one of those where if I had to choose to do it all over again, I'd most likely be in the exact same situation I'm in.
Yeah, well, the way I feel about it and what I was thinking, they're doing break.
I would just know a little bit more about what I'm getting into and be like, yeah, I guess I'll just do it again.
It's PM Josh making these decisions.
Yeah.
I was thinking in the break that the title of this one might have to be "The Boy's Man Card Gets Tested." After our discussion about me bloating and
yeah, we could do that,
and our tenderness to the wives.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. We don't want to appear too soft because this is a show for the fellas.
Yeah, fellas.
So and
it's for the boys.
Yeah, we're a manly show.
We're
a manly show. We're men with beards doing a manly show.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I had a beard. That's right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the filthy beard. If you're on Facebook, if you're on social media. It got all passed around the other day how filthy your beard is.
My beard's filthy.
Yeah. They said that there's
filthy awesome.
There's a study that claims that there's more poo in your beard than in a toilet.
Well,
which,
there's only one way I can think of poo getting in my beard.
Yeah.
And
well, maybe a couple more ways than just one. There's a few ways I can think of it. Most of them are highly unlikely.
Okay. Yeah, I could think of one way that's most likely.
Yeah.
And a couple of ways that are highly unlikely but possible.
Okay.
The one way most likely, if that's the scenario, then my beard is the least of filthiness that needs to be addressed.
Right.
But I don't see how that happens.
No. Well,
how you get feces in your beard is what I'm referring to.
Here's what gets me about this, and it's one of those things where you see it and it gets passed around, and I know immediately, right off the bat, there's something wrong with this because, like, why would you pick that? Somebody wanted to go after the whole beard thing on purpose. And I don't know if it was a woman or if it was a guy, one of those guys that just can't grow a beard. And they want to delegitimize it or what?
You mean a woman?
Well,
Josh, there's only two kinds of people in this world that don't have beards. That's women and children.
Well, then maybe a child decided it was time to complain about the beard. But, you have a microbiologist who decides he's going to give some more of the
sorry, you want some Jameson, Josh, some more of the
yes.
drink of the show.
You have a microbiologist decide, you know what, we're gonna swab some beards. And this is my voice frame. We're going to swab some beards and see if there's any feces in them. Specifically feces in the beard. And wouldn't you know it, son of a gun, there is. There certainly is in the beard. So
he's saying that the beards that he tested had feces in them?
Yeah. There was
whose beards are they testing?
I don't know. There's a degree of uncleanliness that would be somewhat disturbing. So, lady, if you're gonna cuddle up with a fellow who has a beard, think about how much poop is in that beard. He's got a
beard.
He's got a poopy beard. There's more poop in that beard than in a toilet. Which, really, okay, but my problem is that they don't, Before the next day,
Well, now hold on a second. Let's look at this from a different perspective.
Okay.
I put too many S's in that. I think different perspective. Let's say that his sample group was a bunch of hobos.
Hobos and septic pumpers.
People, let's say, for this experiment that he did.
Yeah.
It's people who would sign up, who have beards, who would sign up for a $10 gift card or whatever it is they're offering for you to participate in this experiment.
Yeah.
I would say that only poopy beards would sign up for that.
Right. Oh, sure.
I mean, you know. So maybe the beards that he tested of men who lay on the street and I don't know what they do to get feces. Again, I don't know how you get feces in your beard, even if you are on the street.
Yeah.
I suppose it's much more likely, though.
Probably.
But I can guarantee this beard over here doesn't have any feces in it.
Yeah.
At least in the last 72 hours.
Well, you got to figure, you wash it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a daily washing because you don't want to wash all the good stuff out of it, all the poop out of it. But you want to wash it every now and then to keep it clean. And I like to use conditioner. And, you care for it. You take care of your beard. But there's other things that I don't, why not test women's long hair and see what's in that, or long fingernails or anything of that nature to kind of go, because you would imagine the fingernails, especially, those would have to be just coated in something. You get a scrape going as you're cleaning up, then yeah, for sure it would be. So it's one of those things where you sort of, I don't want to say arbitrarily because I think they went after beards on purpose, but you pick something and go, well, let's test the bacteria on that and see how disgusting it is. Oh, look at that. There's the same bacteria in that as found in poo. Isn't that gross? Don't you want to stop touching that now?
Does he have a big library of petri dishes of poo?
I don't know. Like, is there more poo in my beard than on an ATM machine? Ugh. I would imagine not. I would imagine there's more. Is
there more poo in your beard than there's on a water fountain?
I would imagine not. Or at least just as much. Given the way I go to water fountains. Maybe I go ahead and I just drag my beard across it to kind of equalize the germs and then drink.
Maybe old poopy beard made the water fountain all contaminated.
But the next day, anyway, some scientist probably with a beard decided to pull the go ahead and point out that this was a bunch of malarkey. Because he wanted to point out that, first of all, this study, in quotes, didn't really go into a whole lot. Because you swab a few beards. You pick some guys and swab their... It's not a good sample.
Yeah.
And the germs that are contained are germs that are found in the human gut, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything because... just because it's in I hate saying it, but it's in poo. Just because it's in poo doesn't mean that it's specifically that. It could be something that's everywhere in you. Like there's bacteria all over our bodies right now that we don't see, and there's a reason we don't see it.
Yeah.
If you saw all the stuff that's on you, and it's disgusting. So there's overly. I think somebody did a study on how much bacteria is on ice at a fast food restaurant, and it was gross. You don't want to see that. You want to know about that. These studies shouldn't be done. But basically saying that the study was crap, not to be punny, but the study was a bunch of crap, and what they found was not that shocking. You can find it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's basically it's a very common thing to have it. It's a very common thing to have it on your hands and on things that you touch and everywhere that humans come in contact, because that's what we do. We have this bacteria on us and everything.
Well, even like if it's a digestive bacteria, imagine even as you talk or spit or saliva probably contains some of that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, all the spit you get on your beard.
So it's one of those things that it sounds really like, ooh, well, I don't know, it's just fascinating. And you sound, it's almost like the regular guy, or not the regular guy, but the regular person who wants to think of themselves as smart hears something sciencey sounding,
Yeah.
and they say that there's a lot of poop in your beard, but it's all It's just it's the same thing. It's everywhere. It's on that sandwich you're eating right now that somebody made with their hands that they at some point.
And probably anything that was on there came from the hands, from rubbing your beard.
Well, that was it.
Now,
That was.
my beard smells fresh and clean.
Well, in the study, they said to wash your hands because that's what that's what got me started on the. That's what got me thinking about the long hair or the fingernails.
Yeah, what about dreadlocks? They do any dreadlocks? Why don't you test that crap? And
Now that could be disgusting.
See what's in there.
Yeah, but one of the things they said was in the original quote unquote study was that you should wash your hands because that's where you're picking it up. You wipe your bum and you stroke your beard like any man would do.
I do that at the same time.
You switch hands as you do it.
Yeah.
But is it wash your hands? Well, what about women who touch their hair a lot, or what about any number of things that you would do? How about the tip of your nose? Would the tip of your nose have?
You could test my 3-year-old's hair right now, and probably
I'm sure that would be.
You'd probably will go off the Richter scale.
It'd be quarantined her head
for old poopy hair.
Yeah, how's your hair color stay that way with all the crap in it?
I don't know. If you could just take 3-year-olds' hands off and put new ones on them every few hours, would be great.
There's no way around that.
Those rubber gloves that you constantly keep switching out. I know.
Ugh.
The fingernail scrapings was grossing me out.
This kind of reminds me. I got a massage the other day.
Oh yeah.
And I could swear, like I'm face down or anything, but I could swear my masseuse put rubber gloves on.
Did you hear the snap?
I think I did, and then I was like trying to feel through my back, like, does that feel like a rubber glove, or So I'm starting to paint this scenario, like, well, I did work out right before I got here and didn't have time to shower. Did she recognize that, or was it maybe just? Has this always been the case and I've just never noticed it? And then, like, why am I taking this so personally? Maybe there's something wrong with her hand and she doesn't want to get the massage oils on the hand. So I don't know. But it was a very, I don't know why I took it so personally, but this whole idea of my masseuse wearing a rubber glove was very disheartening.
What? Don't you know her well enough that you could ask? Are you using
no,
rubber gloves on me?
If she says no, then where does that go? And if she says yes, then what?
Well, what was that snappy sound?
Why? Why would you wear that with me? What's wrong with me? What kind of conversation would that lead to? And then I got to find a new person.
Or
I don't. It's
in my lady. Do you want rubber gloves on me? Do you want me to use rubber gloves?
No, it's not. Not exactly where I want to go with that, but okay. She's good at what she's good. Like, she, I guess, has a lot of degrees or something and knows what she's doing. I don't go very often, so I don't want to find a new person because it's not like, and she's priced very well. So when I have when I have a chance, it's a real treat. But at the same time, I don't want to be self-conscious every time I go there now, thinking she's putting on hand condoms as she's, gonna, because I don't want someone who doesn't want to touch me touching me.
You could, it might be easier to go with a.
I can go with my wife for that.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, sweetie.
You could go with a quick flip over.
Yeah.
Like I just try to catch her with her gloves on.
Whoo.
Like, whoo. And then, because you can always just say, oh, I thought you said flip over.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Flip over. I'm sorry.
I thought you said okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Or I was falling asleep and, I heard flip over, so I just flipped over.
Man, I hate that. I don't. That's the. I'm very conscious of what's going on with myself the entire time. Like, please just don't do anything. Don't do anything. Don't ruin this. This is fine as it is. Don't make this uncomfortable. And then I go, well, all right, you're thinking about it. Don't think about that because you're going to make it even more uncomfortable. Why would you do that to me? Just don't. I'm not hoping it's going to go anywhere. I'm just thinking, don't even Don't even create a scenario where I got to explain anything.
Yeah.
It'd be like a Larry David situation. I wind up in a lot of those. Like I would go, this would make a good Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. Because I just overthink everything.
Yeah.
I know an English guy, and like whenever I wave to people, I just give them the 2-finger peace sign kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And there's English guy, I know, I saw him and I waved. I gave him the 2-finger peace sign. I thought, oh man, the 2 fingers is like the middle finger in the UK. I hope he doesn't take offense at that. And then when I brought it up, it seemed stupid as I'm saying it. Because he's like, no, I've been here long enough. I know the difference. Why am I even bothering with this conversation?
I was gonna say, was he in America or was he in
I'm
England?
completely overthinking it. So I need to stop doing that.
Yeah. You just need to let happen what happens. Josh.
Yeah, whatever goes, goes. If you're offended by
whatever
this,
kind of
then
camping you're going to do, Josh. You just
whatever,
go ahead
yeah.
and get your tin up and go. Let's save that for another.
Well,
for a non-Mother's
well, the other
Day
problem
show.
she also is my wife's masseuse too, and my wife's talkative, so when I'm quiet and she's talkative, so I'm sure a conversation will get started there.
Oh. Well, the other day I was massaging your husband. You know what happened?
He was excited.
Yeah.
He was a little into it this time.
He looked a little tense.
Huh? Get it? Uh-huh.
That would be Mom telling the story.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Ugh.
So you want to get in this story that you
mean
found?
the video that you told me to bring up?
Yeah, the video I told you to bring up that it's still not up yet.
Oh my God.
You found a story on somebody who did I guess a social experiment they call it, which really social experiments almost seem like failed pranks or any kind of thing you can do on YouTube that is sketchy, but at the same time says something about people.
How would one go about finding this, Josh, if they wanted to play along?
Let me see if I can find that here for you to look up.
Who's not prepared now?
Anything that would be a sort of not a failed prank or anything like that, but it seems like social experiment gets thrown around a little bit too loosely now.
Well, I think it would be, child abduction as a prank in general would
well,
not
yeah,
be
it's not
good.
a prank, but I mean, have you seen that? You've seen the stuff where they try to do some kind of like prank and it doesn't go over as funny as they think it will. Funnily,
yeah,
as I think it will. So they just call it a social experiment as opposed to a prank. But I kind of classify this as that because it's not.
Well, should I set this up or should we just?
Yeah,
go
go ahead and set it up.
All right.
Sure.
So basically, it's a social
I
experiment.
forget. Don't tell anybody anything about this. This is
It's a social experiment. Basically, the guy goes to a park and is like a young guy. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. And he's got a dog, so he's got this cute little scenario going on.
Yeah.
And he goes.
His name's Joey Salads, by the way, and it bothers me.
So he goes to Joey Bag of Salads. He goes to the moms in the parks,
Which you
and
would
basically
do,
said,
naturally.
Yeah. Well, and this is kind of creepy to me anyway.
But yeah, that's creepy.
What mom's going to say? Go try to abduct my child so I can see what happens.
As a dad that's gone to parks with his kids and seen moms there, I do my best to avoid talking to them.
Yeah,
because it's one of those where I don't want these women to think I'm trying.
Slutty moms.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want to.
That's more of your overthinking.
It is. It really is.
I go and talk to him. Next thing you know, I've got to get a naughty boy phone.
Yeah.
And this is going to go all kinds of templates. I'm sharing half my stuff.
Yeah. I got it. No, yeah.
Meanwhile, she's looking at you like, I don't need any more problems.
No. But yeah. Well, it's. But more what I'm thinking is like, I don't want her thinking that that's my intention.
Yeah.
So I'd rather I'd rather ignore her completely
Yeah.
than talk to her and then have to play out what she's thinking, like, and then sort of try to interpret that and react to it before it's even said, and that then it creates a completely awkward situation. So it's better for me to just be quiet and creepy by myself as I watch my kids play and ignore her altogether.
So when you walk up to the mom nursing at the park and you're like, so what is this, an open bar?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you think she's going to take that
Well,
wrong?
in that scenario, I take pictures because it's perfectly natural. and you're in a public scenario. So why wouldn't you want some stranger?
I run a blog,
gawking
I
and taking
support,
photos.
I
Yes,
support,
I support it.
I support
Instagram has changed the rules on breastfeeding photos, which I'm glad to.
Oh yeah.
So I can take as many and post as many as I want.
Yeah.
Because it's natural, and women should be allowed to breastfeed in public, and I should be allowed to take pictures because when you're in public, you're allowed to have your photo taken.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Hashtag breastfeed.
There we go.
All right.
Anyway,
let's listen to Joey Salads here. Talk to these hot moms.
Joey Salads. Yeah,
about abducting their children.
Yeah, it is. But also, he's going up to some attractive moms. He's not picking the unattractive ones.
Hello. Hi. My name's Joe. I'm
Wait.
from a
What did she?
social
Hold
experiment.
on. What did she say?
Now,
Go back. Something about her response.
She said,
bothered me.
"Hi, nice to meet you." Like she's never met him before. Quite casual.
My name's
Hi,
Joe.
nice to
I'm
meet
filming
you.
a social experiment.
Okay, hold
Now,
on. Have you ever said hello to someone and the first thing they say
Let's
is,
try this, Josh. Hi.
"Hey"?
Oh wait, you failed it.
Oh, what am I
You
supposed to say?
do it to me.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I've never had that happen.
No, it doesn't happen that way.
So
Because technically you haven't met yet.
yeah.
Like that would be like how you would leave it. Like, oh, it was nice to meet you. Maybe we'll start doing that every time somebody comes up to you. Hey, nice to meet you.
I mean, it's rather presumptuous on her part.
It
really.
is.
You can always say hi. Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna
Maybe
be like,
she's
hey,
desperate.
is this your dog?
She's lonely and desperate. Yeah, maybe the same. Maybe it's the dog. Maybe it's
Here's
whatever.
Here's the thing. Here, I don't mean to cut you off, Josh.
Yeah, you do.
But here's the thing. This video could have been turned around, and he could have picked up moms at the park with his dog.
That's what I was going to go with.
Just as easily
That's where I was
as he
going to
could
go
have
with.
abducted the children.
It's the dog. Yeah.
So there's going to be another video comes out that says he's going to go talk to the dads and be like, I'm going to go over there to your wife and try to get her to walk away with me. You okay with that? Would you be all right if I went into the... Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Go for it. Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah. You want to pet my dog?
Uh-oh.
And,
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm going to go talk to you. And then it's just a cycle of, hey, nice to meet you.
was he going to come back and talk to me, though? Yeah, he's going to talk to my kid, but he's going to talk to me.
Okay, so it's a somewhat... You hear that?
I hear something.
Okay. Well, I think we're okay now.
How many times a day do you tell your kid not to talk to strangers?
All right, Josh.
Hold on.
What are you doing? You just can't follow simple directions given to you in
I
Spanish.
didn't touch anything. Okay. I think we're good.
Are we ready to try that?
Let's try it again.
All right. If not, I'm going to have to turn it down so you can...
I tell my kid every day.
All right. So if I go over to your kid right now, will he or she talk to me or run away?
I'm pretty sure she's not going to talk to you, but try.
All right. Which one's your kid? I'm going to put it to the test. I'm going to go over there with the puppy.
It's the cute one.
She's right there.
She's right over there?
And then she's actually.
All right. I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to talk to her as a stranger. All right?
Now,
That's just
hold
creepy
on.
in general.
Now, hold on. This was the perfect scenario for him to make a bet.
Yeah.
I will bet you.
Your kid.
Well, I wasn't going to go that way. But I was going to say, what are you doing later? One of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I will bet you.
Another kid?
No. Yeah, I'll bet you another kid that your kid won't talk to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on. You're on. She sounds like she sounded like a Cherry O'Terry character too. Oh, you're on. He goes to the fry. It's good. You hear that, Pa?
All right, let's see how well Joey Salas does at picking up 6-year-olds.
Yeah, he's probably a natural at it.
Yeah, here we go.
His game is tight.
Look at the puppy.
He opens with the puppy. That's the way to do it.
Which is hold
Like
on.
the puppy?
Although it is a young girl,
Yeah.
and I bet you, look at the puppy, is almost exactly the same as a guy going to a park with a puppy
Yeah.
to adult women.
Well,
Except he's not having to say, look at the puppy, look at the puppy,
Yeah.
give me your number, look at the puppy.
You should. We should do this. I think. I think this pretty much works all the way up until about 20, 25 maybe
I don't know.
on girls.
You could probably try it on 40-year-old women and it would still work. Look at the puppy. Look at it. Like it's a hypnotic watch type thing, except you're not dragging it off the ground and letting its feet dangle and just swing it in her face. Look at the puppy.
Got a whole van full of puppies. You want to go see them? Sure.
Sure.
That sounds like a good time.
Hey, wait a minute.
Can you guess what her name is?
Duncan?
No,
Wrong,
stupid.
you dummy.
God. Duncan? Who would name the dog Duncan, you idiot?
Not only that, but how are you so close to the actual name of the dog?
Yeah.
Because it's Donuts.
No, close.
Duncan Donuts. Because the kid couldn't remember the dog's name was Donuts.
Although the guy's on his feet. The guy's thinking on his feet. If it isn't staged, which I think it is, but if it isn't staged, he's thinking on his feet.
I think the kid couldn't remember the dog's name was Donuts, so the first thing they thought, Duncan Donuts? Duncan? We'll go with Duncan.
And you were close. The name's Donuts.
Oh, you big dummy.
I got some more puppies. Want to go see the other puppies? Yeah. All right.
Gosh darn right I do.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
So then she
Come
says,
on.
yeah.
Right over here.
The mothers act surprised. And hand in hand, they walk off for her
My
to be
name's
abducted.
Joe.
And
for
here we go to
another
another hot mom.
doing a social experiment
another
on-
mom.
Yeah.
Another homely mom.
I assume the
that's-
children are never to be seen again. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so
Rumpelstiltskin here.
So he's knocking the moms down one by one. Here's the next one.
Kids. And how often do you tell your kid not to talk to strangers?
Oh, all the time.
Every day?
All the time.
So if I go
Every
over
day.
to your kid,
You tell him every
will
day.
he or
Don't
she
talk
to me or run back to you?
Hold on. How traumatized is a child if you tell them every day not to talk to strangers? I mean, okay, look. My wife had this stranger conversation with my kids.
Yeah.
And they're for weeks afterward, they're posing they're terrified.
Was this the real dead stranger conversation, or the stranger conversation?
The don't talk to strangers.
Oh, okay.
Conversation.
Okay.
And anyway, and but they were terrified by the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were asking me questions for days, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Is this gonna happen? No, would you calm down?
Because the kid, like especially like your kids are into like comic book stuff, and strangers like these evil characters
they're like
from
Batman
like Batman,
villains.
and
Yeah. But you know, but still, it's like if you had that conversation with them every day. It's time to have the stranger conversation again. What do we say, kids, when you see a stranger?
Well, let's see how effective this mom's everyday stranger conversation was.
Probably run back to me.
All right. Which
she's
one's your
confident.
kid? Do you want me to put it to the test?
Oh, sure.
That's how they all start, Joe.
Right over there. So if I go over with the puppy, he'll
With
run
the
back
puppy.
to you.
Wait a
before
minute, with the
talking to me.
puppy. We never talked about with the puppy. We just talked about strangers.
puppy.
We talked about strangers in trench coats with mustaches and aviator glasses. That's what we talked about. Because that's a typical stranger.
Yeah. Not good-looking young
Yeah.
fellows with puppies.
Yes. And
Designer
camera crews.
jeans.
And a camera
All
crew.
right, so you gave me permission to put it to the test?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go do it.
All right. So I will tell you that after watching this, I did use it as a learning tool with my 7-year-old.
Okay.
And I showed her this. And so right now what we're seeing Joey Salad Baggies here walk up to this kid. The kid's all by himself in the corner of the park, just jumping up and down like an idiot. I don't know
It wasn't so much about strangers. It was just like, don't be the lone idiot in the park.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't care what you do with the stranger. Just don't be a by yourself dope.
But basically I was like, all right, you see this, the kid's by himself, and here comes a grown man walking up to him to talk to him.
Probably wants a friend.
Does this look like a good situation or a bad situation? And, my 7-year-old said, oh, it's a bad situation. And she, fairly obvious here that this doesn't seem very comfortable. But that's laying it out for you guys. He's jumping in the corner. It looks like he's starting to wear the pavement out. Or there's chalk lines. I don't know.
Hey. You like puppies?
Yeah.
A puppy. Guess what the puppy's name is? Donuts.
Oh my God, like a donut.
You like
Bagels,
puppies,
because
right?
you look like a
Want to go
Jew.
see the other puppies? I got a bunch of them. You want to go? All right, let's go.
Like, how quick was that kid?
Very quick.
Like, he didn't put the dog down. It was like, name is Donuts. I got a whole dozen of them. Do you want to come? Like, it was literally 5 words, and the kid's walking away with them. And cue the hot, now newly baggage-free mom.
Hello.
Here we go. Now and we'll call this mom number 3.
Okay. Frumpy mom. We'll call her.
Okay. I was gonna stick with mom number 3, but okay.
Is that her kid in the foreground?
I
don't know. Kind of matches.
Well,
He looks like me when I was that age. Ugh.
Frumpy mom catches. She's a little smarter than the hot moms.
She had to be.
Yeah. She catches around that. Well, if I go talk to your son, well, I mean, you got the dog. She points that out. So let's see.
My name's Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I'm doing a social experiment on kids. How often do you tell your...
All right. Sorry, I'm going to keep stopping this. But if a guy comes and sits next to you, of course, we're dads, so we're already different. But if he comes and says, I'm doing a social experiment on kids.
Right.
Like right there. Does that not just... The way he words that, how about like I'm doing a PSA, I'm doing an awareness, a way to raise awareness about child abduction. I want to test, we're testing. And then maybe say we're using a social experiment to test whether kids,
Right. We're making a viral video.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Yeah. I want to make some cashola off your kids' backs.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
kids not to talk to strangers?
Often.
So if I go over to your
Listen
kid
to this.
right now as a stranger, do you think he or she will run back to you or continue to talk to me?
You'll be pretty convincing with that dog.
Yeah.
Pretty convincing with that dog.
Would you give me permission to give it a
I
shot?
mean, I would run
see what
off with you.
happens?
Yeah.
Can you just point out which one's your kid? Right over here?
That
All
dog
right.
looks delicious.
Hi. The dog?
Now, of the ones we've seen, of the children to abduct, by far, I think this was the most difficult because the child is on an active playset.
Yeah.
So not only do you have to abduct the child smoothly,
Get them off
and make
the
the quick
playset.
exit,
Yeah.
but you now have to entice them off of the playset. So you have
Right.
their attention is now split between playset and guy with dog.
They probably didn't show the one with the kid. I have allergies. I can't be around the dog.
It's a girl. Want to pet her?
Look, it's a girl. Look.
Nice, right?
Look at
Want to
that
go down the slide?
girl.
You like the puppies, right?
It still sticks out
You like
like
the
a weird
puppies?
thing,
Like, this
but
one,
it's
the
a
kid's
girl.
not even
Want to go see the
talking.
other puppies?
He didn't even shake his head.
Let's go see the other puppies. Let's go.
He didn't even shake his head. The kid doesn't say anything.
Just because you see somebody with a dog doesn't mean that you go home with them.
He wasn't going home with it. He was going to see the
with a
puppies.
You
dog.
don't know him. The same way you don't know that person and you don't know that person.
So be
You
scared
have
of
to ask
everybody.
me if you want to go see somebody.
I don't know. What's this?
So,
So as a learning
is there any more to
tool-
this, or are we pretty much done with it?
Yeah, obviously the obvious thing to take from this guy is do talk to your kids about
Yeah.
strangers, but do it smart.
So I did a little bit of I found an article talking about this, and I haven't actually read it until this moment, but it sort of confirms what I thought. It's the work of a popular video blogger, Joe Saladino.
Ugh, that's even worse than Joe
Yes.
Salad. Joe
Known by
Salad?
his huge online following as extreme prankster, Joey Salads. So the prankster thing I was right about.
Yeah. So you think it was a failed prank?
Yeah. So what he said was, I was thinking of an extreme prank idea, and I had an idea where I would
Abducting
abduct a
children.
child, which is that's a pretty extreme prank. Abducting a kid. I would say you don't get much more extreme of a prank than that. But I can't abduct random people's kids, so I scrapped the idea. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
What kind of prank involves you abducting a kid? Then I thought, I wonder how easy it would be to abduct someone else's child. I thought I should put this to the test because no one has ever tried it. No one? I'm sure it's been tried.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has. Are the kids actually safe from predators? Well, the article goes on to basically say, this social experiment, there's a lot of factors wrong with it. One, he's talking to the parents right off the bat.
Yeah.
He goes up to them. So the kid probably sees this guy talking to their parents, and then when they come up, it's all right. Well, this guy's already been validated by mom,
Yeah.
so it's okay. And then you've also got to factor in stranger abduction stranger abduction
Yeah.
is extraordinarily rare.
Yeah, usually it's somebody that
It's usually
kid knows.
someone the kid knows, or it's an estranged parent, or something of that nature. So the whole idea is it puts fear in parents while at the same time creating clicks on YouTube.
Yeah.
And going viral.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win for this prankster. Joey T-shirt, as Absent calls him.
Yeah.
I like Joey T-shirt better than Joey Salads.
Think so?
Yeah. Because at least Joey T-shirt sounds... I mean, salads?
Like he's just going to make T-shirts.
Joey Salads?
Child abductor.
What an awful name that is, Joey
This
Salads.
is the same guy that did the prank with the yoga pants, and then like
What?
you remember the prank? It was like where the guy was wearing yoga pants and he was like bending over in a trunk of a car.
No.
And then catching guys looking at his ass.
No.
I don't know if it is or not, but
Joey Salads. I don't like the guy. I don't like him. He stinks, and I don't like him. Yoga
no, it
pants
wasn't.
prank.
Yeah, I don't
wasn't
think it
Joey
was.
Salads.
It wasn't.
Look up Joey Salads and see what he's done. What other YouTube junkies done?
That would be this guy.
Extreme pranks. These pranks.
He did an N-word prank.
Oh, really?
Exploding ketchup prank.
What a bunch
100 days of pranking, Josh.
Whoa.
That's
what a
extreme.
crazy guy this pranks the Joey
I mean,
is.
he did one every day.
Pranks the Joey.
Whipped
pranks.
cream sleeping prank. Powder and hair dryer prank.
Okay, I've seen that one a million times.
You're fired prank. Eviction prank. Motorcycle accident prank.
That's me.
Cream cheese deodorant prank.
That's actually pretty funny.
That would be all right.
You know what? The best prank I've ever seen, and I've never actually seen it in practice, but reading it made me just die laughing. Was the Amazing Jonathan had a book of pranks.
Yeah.
And he suggested putting hard candy inside the shower head of somebody. And basically the idea is they take a shower and the hard candy melts in the water and gives them a fine coating of sugar all over their body, which makes them feel sticky. And that stickiness makes them want to take a shower.
Yeah.
So they're basically just showering with the same sugar sticky water over and over. It was one of the few times I've read something and just had laughed so hard I had tears coming out of my eyes.
How about this one? Putting the air horn under a office chair so when you lower it down.
That's pretty good.
Vodka water bottle prank. How does that work?
I guess you put water in a vodka bottle.
The
other way around would be better.
I think that's what they're doing. He looks like he's pouring like a Grey Goose bottle in there.
Is he?
I don't know. We're just going by thumbnails here, folks.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to give this guy any clicks.
All right, so that's Joey Salads with his,
Yeah, if you want to give Joey Salads some attention, then go give him some attention. But I would.
The real thing here is child abduction, folks.
Yeah. So talk to your kids, but don't talk too much to them about it. Don't freak them out.
Code words,
because most people are cool. And if you're like me, like for me, and other people's kids creep me out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's because of this stranger danger stuff that I'm not nicer to other people's kids.
That's pretty accurate.
You know, if I'm at the park and I'm pushing my kid on the swing and another kid comes up and wants help onto the swing,
he missed it.
Nope, I'm not touching you. I'm not getting near you. Go away.
Push on the swing.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not pushing you because I don't know you, and I don't want your mom to come up to me freaking out that you're, oh, touch my child. What are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't like other people's kids near me because of that same stranger danger reason.
Yeah. I know the code word stuff was kind of popular for a while, and they still do that, but come up with a code word for your kid, so forever. For whatever reason.
Ours is get in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If get a damn car.
Just get in the car.
If if for some reason somebody tried to pick your kid up, the kid would know to ask them for a code word that only you and your
it's
parents
never
know.
ever that we did that. Mom did that with me. I don't know if she did that with you.
I don't remember any code words.
But she did that with me I guess when she first learned about the code word thing. But
Peanut
then we
butter
had
bars.
we had 5 years between us, so
Yeah.
by the time it got to you, it was probably
I was the
like
second child.
whatever.
She didn't care by then.
Yeah.
So she hadn't lost the first one by now.
But nobody ever came to pick me up
I was a good
that I
mom.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Nobody. In fact, the only time I went somewhere that I wasn't supposed to was I wanted to do karate or something when I was 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I was told, yeah, okay, you'll do karate. Well, a karate bus came by every day at school to pick kids up.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, I'm doing karate now. So I got on the bus.
Down to Rex
And
Kwon
just
Do,
went
huh?
down to wherever that place was, and they had to call the school, who called my mom to let her know that I was at that place to go pick me up there, and because I was told I was doing karate, and I got on the wrong.
Did it make the evening news?
No, it didn't make. Nobody cared.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
So today, or not today, but
How many
like,
channels did that go through that got screwed up that I wound up at the wrong place because I was okay? You'll do karate.
a week or two, I think it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, there was a school bus that got in a wreck. That school bus normally drops off a busload of kids, then goes to a different school, picks up a busload of kids, and takes them home.
Two different schools?
Yeah, I think they let out at different times or something. So we'll call the first busload of kids busload A.
Uh-huh.
Busload A gets in a wreck. Okay, busload A doesn't. They're at a wreck. They can't go anywhere. They're doing whatever. Everybody's getting inventory, this and that, right? So a dad that has a kid on busload B apparently starts getting worried about where his kid's at,
Okay.
and doesn't do anything a normal parent would do. Doesn't call the school. He calls like the police, and he calls all these different places. And basically, so like the gist of the story is the kid was delayed because the bus didn't come pick him up because the bus got in a wreck,
Right.
right? But the dad's trying to like figure out. I'm trying to figure out where my son is. I don't know where. I don't know where he is. So he was on the news. The big story on the news was that the school didn't call the parent to tell him that his kid will be late because the bus got in a wreck. So the dad's freaking out, according to the news story, that his child was an hour late because the bus got in a wreck. But he didn't call the school and say, hey, where's the bus at?
Right.
And they say, it got in a wreck. Your kid's still sitting here. You can pick him up if you like to, or we have another bus
The
coming.
school wouldn't call every parent to let them know the bus got in the wreck. They're dealing
No.
with the wrecked bus.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, there was, like, a whole thing, like, the news thing. I was like, what? Just go get your kid.
Well, how did the news show up there? Did the guy call the
It
news
was
first
like,
thing?
after the fact. No, it was after the fact. Like, he told the
okay.
story and stuff.
Come to my house. There's
I
a
don't-
news story that you need to find out about. It's news. It's a conspiracy. My child's not here.
Yeah.
Come to my place.
So, that, I don't know. That would, but you get on a karate bus and go to karate.
Well, this
you're
was-
supposed to,
this
and
was-
and that wasn't newsworthy.
Yeah, this was
apparently.
30 years ago when nobody cared about anything.
That's right.
It's all been forgotten. It's been wiped from the memories of everyone anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Certainly our moms doesn't remember it.
how much time we have left in the show? Do we have enough to get into
Oh, we
this
got
other thing?
hours, Josh.
I guess it might be well, is there enough time to get into
This is episode 11.
episode? We can do whatever we want in episode 11, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was the rules we laid down.
Was it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Folks, what do you guys want to do?
Okay. Well,
They said give them more, Josh.
there was a little bit of standardized testing stuff I wanted
Oh,
to get into.
maybe we
that,
should save that one. That's a
yeah.
big topic. Oh, my
It is a
God.
big topic, but I saw. Did you watch that video I sent you from the John Oliver show on HBO? Probably not.
No, I didn't.
It's okay.
I'm
That's
sorry.
fine. That's fine. We can't. I don't want to bring up any of the audio because he basically. I don't want to play his whole show.
Yeah.
On our show.
Yeah.
But which, by the way, I don't understand how YouTube puts out large chunks of the John Oliver show, from or HBO publishes them on YouTube.
Yeah.
They get a lot of hits, but is it like you're getting it for free on YouTube? I don't understand it. But he did a thing on standardized testing. It's standardized testing season, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a lot of parents that are opting out, and a lot of critique going on with standardized testing. And some of it I understand, and some of it I don't in that I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
His whole thing was a lot of these standardized tests are run by these private businesses that basically they make a living off of these. They don't run the testing well.
Yeah, it's the
You
private
know.
businesses that also own the private jails that just make a living by keeping people in jail, by keeping kids dumb. And
one of the things he pointed out was that one of these places basically just put out ads on Craigslist looking for test graders.
Questions? Problem? Graders?
Graders, yeah.
They don't-
You grade the test. We need graders. Here's
When I was
an
in
ad
school,
on Craigslist.
Josh, we had a machine that did that.
Well,
We
that was
used
when
what we
you filled the
called
bubble.
a bubble sheet.
Right.
And the machine, from what I understood, the machine graded the test.
But now you have tests that involve writing.
Okay.
And they had some tests that involved things like there was a story about a pineapple that challenged a turtle to a race, or challenged a rabbit to a race, and in the end, the pineapple lost the race, and everybody ate the pineapple. And then, what are you supposed to glean from that story?
All right. Not to take this in a political direction, but we have people in some of the most important jobs in the world, and their job is to do one simple thing, and that's to read a document and make decisions based on what they read.
Right.
And we're supposed to believe that people you find on Craigslist will sit there and read
Well, that's
a third grader's essay about a pineapple and a turtle,
right.
and grade it fairly.
That's what they're getting at. And,
okay.
And so it was eye opening in a lot of ways. In that I think that anything that requires I don't know what you call it. I guess a judgment call or whatever. Like, does the kid understand what he's reading based on what you're reading from his writing?
Right.
I don't know, because I
Right.
don't know your kid. I don't know how your kid talks. I don't know how your kid interacts with things. So
Yeah.
it's hard to tell. Does the question even make sense?
Yeah.
Some of them no. There was a lot of valid points on that, but where I come into some problem with the testing idea is that what are you supposed to do? Because without standardized testing, how do you know what schools are performing well and what schools aren't? If they're all on their own testing system, then you have no way of determining which school is performing better than the other.
Right.
So you need a standard of who's doing what. And in order to meet that standard, because they always go, okay, well, standardized test, teachers just teach to the test.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they don't do that, if they don't teach the test, but you need a test to determine what you have school A and school B. What school's better? I don't know. We have to have a test. Okay, so you have a test now to determine which school's doing better. Now that you have the test, each school is going to teach to that test so that they can perform better, so that they can get your kids there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think the problem is the standardized the standardization of it, that every school needs to sort of try to reach a certain level, or basically a bar is set with that standardized test. The problem is the amount of weight that is given to the test.
Okay.
So the results that come from the test.
I can see
that's
that.
the problem, I think.
I can
so
see
I
that.
don't mind the concept of having a standardized bar set to make sure that, because really, I mean, the school should be done on a local level anyways.
Yeah.
So you couldn't have a test to say, okay, well, this local level is meeting their goals, but you need to have a national, or at least a state, I would say a state goal. And then...
But it would still go up to a national level, because you have to think about like it's not, but it is true to say that the world is smaller now than it was when we were growing up, in that things are very local. If you were born in Iowa, odds are you grew up knowing potato farmers. You'd probably be a potato farmer. That kind of, but it's not that way anymore.
Yeah.
So you almost have to do a testing that is national, and then those national tests also get compared to global. So it's you wind up with a standardized test whether or not you want it.
Well, let's say that you had a state standardized test, and so you basically tested your kids in your state based on that state standardized test that
Right.
could be closely monitored and kept, we'll say equal and fair, not for lack of a better term right at the moment. And then your national test is actually how your state performs economically with jobs and that is essentially your test.
Yeah, but then you can wind it with other factors that, well, your state has access to an ocean where ours doesn't, or your state is
Right.
the climate-wise, or your state already had infrastructure for a city.
But your
Like,
state
there's
should
any
be
number of
teaching their
things.
kids based on what your state does. Like, I mean, like your standard, like if you're out in Kansas, you know, and you grow wheat for wheat for bread, and that's like the main thing is farming. Maybe Kansas standards should focus around, farming and math and things that would be useful
Right.
for that.
But we don't. But we live in a time now where those kids from Kansas, most likely, or not most likely, but the odds are very good that with the right education, they would go somewhere else. Besides, they would move out of Kansas and go to Silicon Valley, or maybe go to Atlanta, or somewhere else
Right.
that doesn't involve that. And if you don't teach them they won't even have a chance at that. I think we're in a weird place in history as far as it's a because personally I think that it should be a school to school situation. I would prefer everything be a child to child basis, where your child gets what they need based on how they learn. But we can't do that.
Yeah.
So how do you make it so everything is individual enough, but at the same time competes with every other kid in the country? And on top of that, you still hear stats where, oh well, kids in China, their math scores are this and ours are that, or kids in other countries are this and we're that. So you're going to compare them to anybody else in the world at this point. So how do you compete with the rest of the world while at the same time maintaining that local control and that local standards? Like what do you do?
I guess multiple testing. Then you would have your state standards and your national standards.
Yeah, and then but then you still wind up with that problem of, do the teachers teach to the test then? Because maybe the teacher doesn't feel that The Great Gatsby is that important of a book. Maybe they think something else is important, but because The Great Gatsby is going to be on the test, they got to teach to that, and you know what I mean? Like there's so many factors involved.
Yeah. And one of the problems too is that the standardized testing is that it's all about how the kids are going to perform on one day, one test.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how they did all school year. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's all down to one test.
And you have kids that don't perform well under that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that John Oliver pointed out was there's actually a not stipulation, but there's actually a what if a child throws up on his test in the teacher prep materials.
Yeah.
So it's that common of a thing, and there are kids that do freak out about that, and they had one testifying to that. But it's one of those weird things because I don't know how far I want to go into this. I know how I feel about education as far as what I personally think. There's a system in place, and it's sort of a cookie cutter system right now that if you don't fit into this box, you're not going to get into the college that you want. If you don't get into the college you want, you're not going to get to here. You're not going to this, you're not going to that, blah, 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 blah. But we also live in a world where the kids that I know that did really well in school weren't going out and being gangbusters in the real world.
Yeah.
They were great in school, and they're great people, but they're not like innovators. They're not just tearing the world apart.
Right.
Your Bill Gates, your Steve Jobs, those guys were dropouts.
Yeah.
So knowing that, but at the same time being a parent of a kid that's being a parent of kids that are in school, I care how they do in school. So what's the balance there? Like, I can't not care how they do in school because I think that, well, school's not the most important factor. There's other things involved. There's X factors like, do you have a brilliant idea or what's your drive or what's, any number of things. So like, what do you do as a parent that really cares?
So what if instead of the standardized test being a test of one day, sit down written test, that if the standardized test was actually a project of maybe the course of a week, and you had the standardized test week, and the concept would be like in the real world, like you would have, if you in your job had a boss give you a problem and say, hey, we need to solve this problem, and you got a week to do it. So, like, your kids, have a chance to apply things that they've learned on multiple levels, and to create a whole sort of project.
Yeah.
I think that would be more fair.
That could be fair, but then again, it's you've got subjective grading involved in that because someone's got to go, well, that's a good project or that's not a good project. Somebody on Craigslist. Unless you have
an outcome, basically that the problem solving ends in a predictable outcome.
Yeah.
And then that's the outcome that they should have got to.
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are both teachers, and my brother-in-law had a situation but an idea that I think was actually pretty interesting was you test a kid day one, and then at the end of the year you give them another test. And depending on how much they improved, that's how you determine the quality of the education. Not, they didn't perform to this standard. It's They were down here and now they're up here.
Right.
So what's the difference from where they started and where they are now, as opposed to you don't bother with that and you just go
and are those tests
are they all up to
standard tests, or how is that?
Well, it would be a standard test as far as what they all get, but you would still see a difference in what did they know day one versus what they know day 250 whatever.
Yeah. The whole problem is that when you apply a standard like that, it's
but then
you can't help but teach to a standard.
And
you can't. I mean, that's what a standard is. I mean, that's the thing.
And you're still relying on tests as opposed to you might have a kid that's horrible on tests, but in an actual practical application, they do fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing in that we're all individuals, but you can't sort of create a system that we have based on an individual. It's got to be this is what you all do.
So maybe like in the movie Old School, where they wanted to keep their fraternity charter, they had to complete. There was like a series of tests, debate and gymnastics and all that stuff. And so you get your written test, you get your so the kids can shine in their own activities.
Yeah, or Billy Madison, where it's a series of things that you have to do, and you might not be so good in the quiz section, but you might be all right in the arts and crafts.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's something to think about, Josh.
It scares me because we're apparently I've been told that third grade is where it really
I think that's where
tough.
It starts, right? Like
that's what they say, but you know what they've always I remember that being third grade is tough. Well, middle school they're not going to put up with this. Well, in high school, you're going to have to. College,
you're going to really have to be.
You're going to because they're not even going to put the notes on the board in college.
Yeah.
And, all throughout, it's like, really, everybody's telling you the next level is going to be harder, and it really feels the same. It doesn't feel any harder all the way through, and then you get out and you go like, well, that was all a bunch of crap anyway. I didn't really need any of it.
From what I remember of standardized testing, like when we took into grades and
CAT
tests,
test.
and all that
That's
stuff,
what I remember. CAT test.
Like
fill in the bubble.
I always remembered the tests seemed easier than what we were doing all year.
Yeah.
Like it was like, all right, we did all this stuff all year. I'm like, all right, why am I being tested on this?
What's
seems-
8 plus 5?
Yeah, like that all seemed, and then there would be like a few curveballs in there, but for the most part, it was all
Yeah.
like, yeah, you should know this.
Actually, one of the most stressful tests was when the Army came and tested you for, did you get one of those? Like an aptitude test? Or it was like 9th or 10th grade we got
I
this
didn't remember
test.
that.
And it sort of graded you based on what they... I don't know.
They were
I got-
looking for
Yeah, it was almost like a
outlier.
recruiting tool.
Okay.
Yeah. And I scored well in decoding.
Uh-huh.
And I had no idea what decoding was.
Yeah.
They go, I'm a great decoder. I don't know what that means.
Did you have your ring on?
No, yeah. And, well, the thing is that pops up on my son's test now.
Yeah.
Is, this is his decoding. And I looked it up. Like, what is decoding? What is
Yeah.
that? It's basically figuring out words that you don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's decoding.
That's my entire school
See,
career.
So it's not decoding. It's just figuring out things in context and reading.
Understanding context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, why is that called decoding? I felt like that was like a skill.
You felt like you were a secret agent
Yeah.
waiting to be discovered.
Yeah, and here I am. I'm just going like, okay, well, he said it like this, so it probably means that.
Yeah. So you could use the deductive reasoning,
Yeah.
which is kind of a secret agent
It's
skill.
like, yeah. Of course, I don't know how many people have that ability. I guess some
Yeah.
people just don't get that.
I mean, it's probably not a superhero thing.
You'd be surprised at what people aren't able to do, I guess. Nobody I know, but there are people out there who just can't figure anything out. All right.
Who knows? Who cares? Oh my God, this stuff is just too much.
Yeah. So if you're